Guess who's back? Back again. Grind is back. Tell your friend. Daily grind, daily grind, daily grind, daily grind. Welcome to the Daily Grind. Shout out Wayno for doing the work for me and making me not have to pick a song this morning. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the Daily Grind and happy Thursday. I almost said Wednesday, and that would have made me upset if it was Wednesday. It is Thursday, and I got Rusty with me once again, brother. How are you, Buckets?
I am good, man. I am grateful that it is no longer Wednesday. We are one day closer to the weekend. I've earned this Thursday after this week. Let's put it that way. I'm ready for the weekend.
Well said. I woke up this morning and I was like, really? We got to do this 2 more times. 2. Okay. Okay. It's going to be earned this week.
It is. It's going to be one of those weeks. That's it, man. I'm earning my weekend. I'm here grinding with you, recording our show tonight. A lot of fun things happening, but we have Olympics to talk about. We have things to get to before we embark on our Thursday. So again, thanks for having me, man. Thanks, Wayno. Thanks for being in the comments, and it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, when let's touch briefly on the Lauri Markkanen thing. Before I didn't have that on our list. I want to talk Olympics, but Lauri Markkanen did sign an extension, 5 years, $238 million. This made me laugh.
Yeah.
Fat bag. That's a fat bag. And I think the biggest ramifications this has, I think, is it makes Utah going to be better than expected. And maybe. And Golden State, the Golden State's gone because they wanted Lowry and now they can't have him. And that's bye.
This kind of, not that it was still hanging on, but this is kind of closing the book on that Golden State dynasty because they were hoping to get him and kind of re-spark that. But, I mean, let's be honest. Like, they're going to be tanking for Flag or Ace Bailey anyway. And so, yes, they're paying him $238 million. But, I mean, realistically, he gets shut down in February every year anyway, early March. And so, like, you're going to pay $238 million for a guy who doesn't play but, maybe 2/3 of the season because they're going to be absolutely failing for Flag.
Yep. I'm glad we're not that franchise. Morning today, we're morning DG. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. But let's get back to the Olympics. Enough about failing for Flag. We ain't about that business here. We going for the gold, like the U.S. is, man. They got 95 total medals now. 95.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Hampton Morris getting I told y'all I was excited about weightlifting. I nerded out all day yesterday watching our 2 go yesterday, our light weights yesterday. They get heavier as the week goes on. But Hampton Morris, Fayetteville, Georgia, he did some training actually in DeSoto County outside of Memphis.
Nice.
Was 1 kilo shy of his world record, getting the bronze medal for the U.S. It was our first male weightlifting medal since 1984, 40 years. Shout out Hampton Morris, bringing home the medal. USA weightlifting is back. We have a couple in some middleweights today. And then our next
the only one for us so far in weightlifting, right?
Yep. Our girl yesterday, I'm blanking on her name. She hit her first lift at 84 kilos, looked really good, and she failed in her next couple on snatch. Was sitting in 9th going into the clean and jerk, and she finished 5th, which we were talking about this yesterday. Like, it's like, oh, man, she finished 5th. But she finished 5th in the world. Like, it's not like it's just like 5th in the Western Conference. Like, this is 5th in the world. So shout out USA weightlifting with a strong start yesterday.
Man, it's so great to put all of this into perspective because I was watching the skateboarding yesterday with me and my partner watching it with our son. He loves skateboarding, so we were watching it with him. And the American girl competing for the medal was 20 years old and like a foot taller than all these girls. The average age of these girls were like 15, 16, 14. And it was just like she went from just finishing in 5th and realizing that that's like the biggest thing in the world. And it's just cool, man. It's like the stage that they're performing on is really, really cool. And what they're able to, the community, man, I've been so impressed with the community that is happening over there right now.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about the other day, the pole vaulting, like when the Swedish guy who was going for the world record, if you look in the background of him running, the second place USA guy who got silver was over there being his biggest cheerleader. And watching him celebrate after like the track sprints or the races or the gymnastics girls, you're absolutely right. It's a great display of sportsmanship. It's been fun to watch. We're watching a bunch of obscure sports. Maggie and I were watching this indoor cycling last night where they're trying to hit top speed by themselves. It's like this like roller
Oh,
coaster, like little track or whatever, and they're indoor racing on some weird looking bikes. It was like I would never watch that, but I was watching last night. You talk about age disparity. There was a 19-year-old from China, and the rest were like 26, 28, 29. She was the youngest one in the event. I think she got like fourth. So it's cool to see some of the younger people compete and do well.
that's awesome. I'm going to throw this up here because it might be my only time to do the accent today. Shout out Wayno to Boomer. I don't remember her name, but she won first in the skateboarding there, and it was real good. It's real good there. I was real impressed. She was young, and she was great.
It's getting better.
It's getting better. I don't know. I'm running out of time. She was awesome, though. I will give it to you, Wayno. It was like a 16-year-old girl that she just was incredible. These girls, all these athletes are incredible.
Incredible.
You were talking about sportsmanship. I really would like to see the sportsmanship continue into the basketball today, and mainly from the referees, because it does seem like France has been getting like an absolutely like just bizarre whistle in every one of these games.
Uncle Buck was in the comments yesterday saying that it's going to be Germany versus France / refs, because you're absolutely right. Yes. They've been getting home field advantage, some home cooking there. I mean, they're a good basketball team, don't get me wrong, but it has been interesting to watch kind of that favoritism from the refs, because it's been a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's when the way that, I mean, the South Sudan game where the disparity was like
really bad,
48 to 9 or something. It's just that's in this style of play,
especially with
yes, and in the Japan game where Rui Hachimura is getting ejected, it's just like, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
The FIBA rules usually do a good job of kind of eradicating some of that favoritism, that whistle happy, officiating. But with France being there, it's kind of obvious that there might be an agenda. They tip off at 10:30 here in just a little while against Germany, who is, in my opinion, the better basketball team just from experience. Yeah. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, France got some talent, Wemby, those guys. But these German kids have been playing together since they were like 14. And so they got their work cut out for them to beat France. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm glad you brought that up to see what the referee disparity will look like.
I mean, that's really the biggest thing I'm looking for in the first game. The first game will be France-Germany at 10:30, and then the U.S. will play at 2. I believe 1400 Yes, I know military time. Promise, Dad. Don't be mad, Dad. I know you're rolling over in your grave. 1400 basketball. We got U.S. and Serbia.
This is what we all wanted to see. This is what we all wanted to see. We beat Serbia in a couple friendlies earlier this month. We beat them, in France, and so they're out for blood. Joker's doing Joker things. He absolutely took over that overtime against the Aussies. Sorry, Wayno, I'm not trying to, beat a dead horse here, but absolutely took over. We got to have an answer for him. Now, he did look tired, and this is the first time that we haven't had 2 days of rest. So it's a play off, playing again. And then same thing. We play today. If you win today, you're off tomorrow, and you play on Saturday. And so I'm curious to see what kind of legs Jokic has left. And what it's going to look like. But we do not have an easy path to the final. We're a 15.5-point favorite, but that feels a bit high.
Yeah, that's pretty high. I do feel like that in order for Serbia to win, let me rephrase that. Joker's going to have to literally do it by himself, because he was not getting any help the other day. And he's going to be more tired. And even if he does get help, there's just not enough talent on this roster. I don't believe that complement him well. I mean, he's the greatest player in the world, but he's got, when the greatest player in the world is going up against a team that has let's say 6 of the other top 10 or 5 of the other half of the other top 10.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
It feels like one of those games you can kind of let Nikola Jokic do whatever he wants, because the other guys aren't going to beat you. And when he's off the floor, that's when you make a run. I mean, DG's calling us win by 20. Last time we played him, we beat him 110-84, so we beat the brakes off of him. I think it could happen. It could, but this is semifinals. Jokic already shows that he shows up on a big stage in the Olympics, and so you've just got to account for him. And we can't have Embiid ducking him. We're going to need his size. AD's too skinny. Bam, and he ain't got enough lead in his britches either. He ain't quite big enough.
Nope.
And so we're going to need Embiid's size to compete with Jokic down low.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm I'm hoping to get off work early to watch it. Don't tell anybody.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out DG has best bet of the day. Steph Curry under 11.5 points. I would jump on that. Dude hasn't scored 12 points this Olympics. He has not been playing very well. It's kind of weird. The second unit has been what I have liked watching this year. It's been really good. But I think we both have the U.S. winning. I think if we had a gun to our head, we have them winning.
Yeah, and I think we'll pull away. We'll pull away late. I think we'll beat them for sure.
Yep. All right, that's enough about Olympics. We'll look forward to talk more tomorrow. We've been checking in every day. I like this. We running out of time. We don't have a lot left.
Right. Enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, enjoy it while we can. So for the next 2 days, we're going to do a little exercise on the daily grind. Everyone knows. Well, let me walk this back. Here's why I wanted to do this. So if there's anything the Olympics has shown me, and there is so much global talent in the basketball world. There's so many people that are good at basketball out there. And when you look at the league itself, every team is pretty deep. All these teams are deep. And we know an expansion is coming. Well,
we know an expansion's coming.
We know an expansion's coming. We know Vegas is we know LeBron's probably getting a team in Vegas, and we know that the Supersonics are probably coming back. That seems to be the writing in the tea leaves, whatever. Not you can't write in tea leaves. That seems to be what the tea leaves are saying.
There it is.
There, boom, still got it. What I wanted to do and what I proposed to you is I wanted to go through and have an expansion draft. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a weird exercise because this is considering the expansion draft happens this year. And so we were going through the rosters now. In all likelihood, it'll be 4 years, 3 or 4 seasons from now. And none of these players that we are talking about will even be available. But I thought it would be fun to go through and go through each team and protect the top 8 players.
Yeah.
In both conferences for all the teams. We went ahead and did this yesterday for the most part. So you guys don't have to, we're not going to be like, oh, who's going to pick? We're going to do like a 2-day thing. We're going to go through the league, see who we would protect. And then tomorrow we will draft the Supersonics and the Vegas Jameses. I don't know what they're going to be
Jameses,
called.
I like it. You do real quick sidebar. The Supersonics have some of the best uniforms from the 90s.
Yes.
Like the color scheme just works. Like what great. I can't wait for them to come back. And I hope it takes this time, right? Because like they lasted for a while, then they kind of fell off and didn't have the support. But like the Supersonics being in Seattle are good for basketball, for the nostalgia. And I think that the Supersonics get their history back. Like no more of this Thunder Supersonics connection. I mean, I know you got the KD thing there, but it's just like like the Titans and the Oilers. Like you keep your history. So
yes, I agree with you. Basically the whole goal for me for this was, hey, can we make the Supersonics good immediately? What teams are, because I just want them to be good. I like them. I like the history. It's just, and they might have the best uniforms from the 90s ever. I love those uniforms.
I agree.
So we'll go through the East really quick. And I just went through like longer West Coast road trip. I see you, DG. I just went through by the divisions. I'll start with the Celtics. The 8 that I protected, this one was pretty easy. I had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Porzingis, Horford, Pritchard, Hauser.
Yep.
The only I didn't take Luke Cornett, didn't take Xavier Tillman. There were a couple here that were decent basketball players,
but not worth protecting in your top 8.
Nope. Brooklyn Nets were interesting. I didn't protect Ben Simmons. I don't know why you would. I did. I did the Cam Thomas, Cameron Johnson, Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharpe, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bogey, Noah Clowney, and Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, I mean the only one that was kind of a wash for me that was kind of back and forth was Zaire.
Yep, Zaire was one too.
Just kidding.
He'll make some team very happy.
Yeah, he will as an end of the bench filler.
I know you might not protect Horford, but I was thinking about Cornette instead of Horford, but there's a couple of these that are here or there.
I mean, Horford is kind of that guy. Like, if it was like he's been your locker room leader, he's your post player, he helped you win an NBA championship without Porzingis, I would absolutely protect Horford.
Yes. Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Grady Dick, Bruce Brown, Jakob Poeltl, Kelly Olynyk, and Davion Mitchell. This one was hard for me. I didn't feel good after the top 6.
Yeah, because like you can make a case for Emmanuel Quickley, keeping him. You can make a case for letting like Kelly Olynyk go because he's getting older.
Kelly
He's
Olynyk.
not like he's one that you could probably let walk and start over.
I think you Daniel said it, so I don't have to. I think this is what you do. The 76ers, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, and Jared McCain. I didn't say rookies all the time, but some of these guys I was like, they just have to.
I mean, McCain is a guy that's going to stay for sure. You have to protect him. Ricky Council, maybe, if he can kind of put together what he's been doing in Summer League, would be the only one that's kind of on the fringe. But yeah, I agree.
Yep. And that people at home, we are through 4 teams, and there are already guys who are like, well, I don't know. Like, just for the point of the exercise, the league is deep.
Yep.
We've got the New York Knicks. This one was good too. Although the 8 here I thought were pretty.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, and Miles McBride.
That's it. Yeah.
God, this one was awful. Chicago Bulls.
This is hard to just find an 8 to keep. Like, just take them all.
This one I was like, these guys are made up. I think the Bulls literally made up half this roster and submitted it to the league.
It's back in the day when you had to, like, some of you young bucks don't know about this, but in NCAA 2014, when you had to, like, if you just did named your roster, that's what this is, right? Like, it's a bunch of made up names.
It's bad. Kobe White, Zach LaVine. God, I don't even feel good about these. I just kept them because they're people.
You said Kobe White. LaVine. God, it's like
Zach LaVine, Josh Giddey, Vucci Main, Lonzo, Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, and Buzelis.
Yeah, Buzelis is really, like, honestly, the only ones on there. Like, Buzelis is the only one that's like, he's young, he might have a future. The other guys like Lonzo Ball's broke. Vucci Main, Zach LaVine, like, I don't understand the hate towards him, but like, yeah, I don't know.
It's rough. The Cavs. This was another team. The Cavs don't have a lot of people on their squad. They need to get some people. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Max Strus, Dean Wade, Karis LeVert, George Niang. George.
Yeah. No Amani Bates.
He was there. He was one to. You try and give me Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham. This was another one. Cade Cunningham, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland. Yeah,
the Pistons were hard because, like, there's so many players here that you just don't know what you have. Like, what do you have truly in the Thompson twin? What do you have in Cade Cunningham? He really hasn't, played out. Like, Jalen Duren is a good basketball player. Like, there's some guys on here that's like, but like none of these guys are really Jaden Ivey. Like these are guys that we're banking on potential. Like Wayno said earlier, like, potential is a scary word. There's potential here, but we haven't seen that come to fruition yet.
We've got the Pacers, Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, and I did Benedict Mathurin, but like there's guys on this roster too. There's other hoopers.
Yeah. Did you say TJ McConnell? You did, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I almost put him above Hallie, and then I had to check myself. I had to be like, okay, come on. We got the Bucks. Giannis, Dame, Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, Gary Trent Jr., Bobby Portis, Taurean Prince, and Pat Connaughton.
No Pat Bev?
He was also right there. Dude, this is an old roster. You want to talk about
that's true.
This is an old roster. Oh God, you talk the Washington Wizards.
I was waiting to get to this one because, like, I'm genuinely curious what 8 you'd want to keep.
Well, especially when they're like, we're looking to trade Jonas by the end of the. I kept Jonas, but Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert, Brogdon, Alex Sarr, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, and Jonas.
I mean, these other cats, like Johnny Davis, looks like he should sell me State Farm. Like, I don't really know what you're gonna do with this roster.
It's tough, man. They have the worst roster in the East. Like, easy. I was going through this and I was like, God almighty. Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance Jr., Zachary Richeche.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this team. The Orlando Magic. I like this squad. Yeah, this squad's good.
Man. I was high. We did our over-under a few weeks ago with Uncle Buck. Like, this is a team that I can see making a run and being a really good basketball team.
Yeah, I got to the 8 and I was like, but I like this guy. And I like this guy too. There was like other guys I wanted. Paolo, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Isaac, KCP, Cole Anthony. I did Anthony Black and Mo. I think you need the I think the brothers play better together, but you give me Anthony Black could be gone. Jet Howard, there's a lot of good talent on this roster.
For me, I kept Tristan De Silva, the rookie from Colorado, because he hooped in summer league. He's cold with that shot. I would probably keep him over Anthony Black and just see what I had there. I would probably let Anthony Black walk.
Typed his name out and backspace didn't put it. He was almost. I had him. He's great.
And I was the opposite. I took De Silva over Anthony Black.
Yep. The Miami Heat, Jimmy, Bam, Hero, Terry Rozier, Jaime Jaquez Jr., the Jovic, Kevin Love, and Khalil Ware.
Yeah, I mean no arguments there.
Oh God, this one was tough. Then the last one, Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Josh Green, Miles Bridges. I would not ever protect Miles Bridges. I want everyone to know that it's the sake of the exercise. Nick Richards, Grant Williams, Micic, and Salon.
Yeah, I mean it's just like with the Wizards. Like it's only because we have to pick some guys.
Yep. That's who I had for the East.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of those fringe guys, and they're like, do you take a flyer on a rookie? Like the Pistons, you're going all off on potential. Again, like we talked about with De Silva, like there's a ton of potential there as a rookie, but we don't know we have him yet. I would bank on him, what I've seen, and let Anthony Black maybe walk and kind of see how that sorts out. The Western Conference is going to be much more difficult.
Yes, there were maybe two or three squads in the East where I was like, I like that squad. It was like the Magic, and it was in Boston. Like I like those.
Were the three that I was like, the Pacers, like those three were like, yeah, these, obviously the Knicks squads as well, but like 3-4 squads that are like, yeah, these are going to be competitors.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yeah. West though, man. West was like, good God, there's a lot of talent in the West.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone. No, my phone just went. I'm getting it back up. Get it back up. Okay. West. Where'd we go? Oh, sorry, my phone. Okay, here we go.
Don't you love when technology wigs out right on live?
I hate technology. Okay.
I mean, there's, why are you pulling that up? Like, there's the West is going to be.
Let's start with Memphis. Want to start with Memphis?
Memphis, because I was just about to say it's going to be more difficult, but Memphis is going to be the most difficult because I would put our top 8 up against just about anybody on either conference outside of maybe Boston. Because I feel like our top 8 are very, very strong.
Yes. So the top 8 on the West
for the Grizz, for me, Ja, Jaren, obviously, Dez. I would protect Edie. I would protect Marcus Smart would be my 5th. Brandon Clark makes this list for me because I really like what he's doing. Gigi and Vince obviously would round out my top 8. I wouldn't protect Luke or Santi or any of those other guys, but like BC makes that list for me because he's just a heart and soul kind of guy, and I'll probably get some hate in the comments for that. We can use let him keep him over. Scottie Pippen Jr. was one that came up when I was talking about this yesterday. But BC is the one for me that you got to keep. Yep.
All right. So then let's do. I want to do Denver. Denver. All right. I had. So you got Joker.
This is one that's like, this one's difficult just because they didn't do a lot to get deep. They're very top heavy.
Yep. They've got Joker, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. What is that? It's 4. That's 5.
Yeah.
I would. I can't say his name. Strother.
Christian Brown.
Yep. I said Christian Brown. That's 6.
Yeah.
Then we got. I mean, I think they like Russell Westbrook. I wouldn't keep him, but I think they would.
But obviously, Jokic does because he brought him in.
Oh, and Jamal Murray we hadn't said Murray yet.
Are you sure about that? Did you watch him play for Canada?
Shoot, I mean, I
would keep him for sure.
But that's there's a lot of youth there, a lot of unproven youths.
Again, we're going off on potential, and that's it's hard to bank on potential and see if it works out.
Yep. And then we got Dallas. I got man, some of these are just hard because there's a lot of you're banking on a lot. I had Luka, I had Daniel Gafford, I had Kyrie, I had Derek Lively, I had PJ Washington.
Yep.
That's 5. I had Clay. 6.
Yeah.
Then it's like pick your poison. Do you want the rookie? Do you want Oliver? Do you want Prosper? Do you want Maxi Kleba? Do you want Jaden Harvey? Do you want Quentin Grimes? I took Quentin Grimes.
I would keep Quentin Grimes. Yeah, I like Quentin Grimes at 7.
And maybe Najee Marshall.
Yeah, Najee Marshall. I like
or
that.
Dante Exum.
Yeah.
Shout out Wayno.
Yeah.
Wayno's coming at us in the comments. He was
hard coming at it. Exum, say it. Dante Exum.
Dante Exum. You're right.
There you go.
You're right. Dante Exum.
Yeah.
We got the T-Wolves, Rudy Gobert, Cat, Nas, Ant, Nikolai Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels. What was that, 6? Mike Connolly.
Because you have to.
Rob Dillingham.
Yeah, Dillingham the rookie. Yeah, because I like his potential. So that's a solid 8. I mean, that's a decent 8.
Decent 8, which I think we all feel pretty good about. Good. We all think Minnesota's going to have a good team next year. Then we've got Pelicans. Ingram, Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, Zion, CJ. I would keep Jordan Hawkins at 6. Herb Jones, 7. DeJounte Murray,
8. Yeah, 8.
I think that's pretty good.
Agreed.
After that though, I don't know how that team fits. I think that's worth noting.
That's there. It feels like they're just missing something, and it's probably a true big because Zion's not going to play the whole year. I mean, they picked up Trey Jemison, but like, what's that really going to look like? So
we don't know. Then we got Draymond Green. I went to the Warriors. We got Draymond. We got DeAnthony Melton. We got Kyle Anderson. Got Buddy Hield. Got Kuminga. How many is that? Is that 5? Is that what
5.
Draymond 5. Then I got Steph. And then it's
keep Looney.
I would keep then it's like I would keep Looney because I think he's important to what they do. But then do you take Gary Payton? Do you take Andrew Wiggins? Do you do Moses Moody? Like
for me, it's probably Moses Moody. I'm Wiggins
out
is so hot and cold. Yeah. It's hot and cold. Gary Payton Jr. same thing. He's kind of older. He's kind of hot and cold. So I probably would let him walk as well. And I'd probably keep Moses Moody if it's me.
Yep. All right. And then we got the Thunder. We got SGA, Alex Caruso, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort. How many is that? Is that 5?
Yeah. Hartenstein.
5. Hartenstein, 6.
Topic.
Yep. I mean, then you can do Topic then you can do Kason Wallace, the other Jalen Williams, Topic, Isaiah Joe. Then you pick one of those 4.
Yeah, I mean, they're really high on Topic. I don't know anything about him. I feel like he's a big project. So maybe the other Jalen Williams, if you just like feet to the fire.
Yep. And then we've got the Lakers. This one was fun. Lakers. Yeah. You've got LeBron. You've got AD. Obviously, let's say Austin Reeves, Hachimura is 4.
Yep.
I mean,
I think you got to keep Dalton Connect.
Yep, Dalton Connect. That's 5. Do you keep Jackson Hayes?
Yeah, I would do that.
Maybe
like Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent. Like, do you keep either one of those like vets, like defensive guys?
Say both of them, and then Cam Reddish, and that's 8.
That's 8. Yeah.
Yep. Keep it like that. Yeah. Then you got the Clippers.
Woo. No Bronny.
No, get that shit out of here.
Boy. Good call.
Not today. All right. Then we've got the
Clippers.
Clippers. Yeah. I was like, what's this team? James Harden.
Yep.
Kawhi.
Yep.
2. Good God. I don't mean Zubac. Terrence Mann. 4. Yeah. Do you throw Bones Highland in here?
Yeah. PJ Tucker is another one that's kind of like he's a big presence, but is he worth PJ protecting?
Tucker, Nicholas Batum, and Derrick Jones Jr. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
8.
That works.
That
was brutal.
I'm telling you, man, some of these the bad in the West is bad.
Yeah.
And then we got top heavy. Got Booker, let's say Booker, Nurkic, Beal, Grayson Allen, KD. It's 5. Tyus Jones, 6. Josh Okogie, 7. And then Mason Plumlee, Drew Eubanks.
Thaddeus Young, maybe Mason Plumlee. Probably Mason Plumlee gives me a big.
Yeah, I'm thinking a big too. Oh, and then we got Portland.
Donovan Clingan, next team.
Yep, Donovan. Yeah, let's just say Donovan Clingan. Everybody else, we don't care. Yeah. Donovan Clingan, Matisse Thybulle, Jeremy Grant, Scoot, DeAndre, Anthony, Shaden, and then one more.
Probably for me, maybe Jabari Walker.
I've taken Denny Avadia just because they traded him. I think they like him. But that's but we're picking the bottom of the barrel there.
I mean, yeah, because you don't protect Ayton. You let that mug walk. Like there's a lot of dudes that you just on this team that it's just like, again, these are like NPCs. Like who exactly are these guys?
Yep. Then we've got the Kings. I got De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Hoyta, Keegan Murray, DeMontis Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
Malik Monk.
Yep. Jalen McDaniels.
That's 6. Jalen McDaniels is at 7.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, they could pick. They got a lot of ways they could go. Let's say Trey Lyles.
Yeah, I could get behind Trey Lyles.
Yep.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
And then we've got the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, Wemby. They like Devin Vassell. They like let's keep Stephon Castle.
Yep.
Jeremy Shohan.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes. It's 5. Yep. Keldon Johnson.
Trey
Jones.
They like Trey Jones.
And then Chris Paul.
7. See, I in no world would I ever protect Chris Paul. I can't get behind that.
Either.
I cannot stand him.
Either.
Cannot stand him.
Okay, then let's kick him out of there and let's do Zach Collins.
Perfect. That's better than
Zach
Chris
Collins.
Paul. Yeah, it's better than Chris Paul.
Better than Chris Paul. Then we go Utah. Okay, then we got Utah. We've got John Collins.
Yep.
Markkanen, Kessler, Colin Sexton, Keontae George, Clarkson,
Filipowski.
Yep. Is that
7?
7, and then Isaiah Collier.
Yeah, Collier would be the only other one. He's a rookie, and they're pretty high on him. He's first round pick, so we'll go Collier.
Yep. All right. Then we've got last team. Where'd it go? Oh, the Rockets. This one's a little hard too. We've got Sengun, Amen Thompson,
Reed Shepherd,
Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks.
I wouldn't keep Dylan, man. I'd keep Ken Whitmore.
I would keep Ken Whitmore too. And Tar Eason.
Yeah, Tar Eason, and I mean, maybe Boban over DB.
You would, but
no.
So that's the long of it. Like
the hard part's over with.
The hard part's over with. We're going to condense these teams down again, or condense these lists down, and then we're going to get the coaches, and then we're actually going to draft the teams out of the rest of the league. We're going to do that tomorrow. Nothing crazy, but this was the hard part. The point was there's just so much depth in the league, so much depth on a global scale.
Like Maggie and I were talking about this last night. She was asking about, like, what does this look like from a draft perspective? And she's like, I don't know that I like that. And I'm like, I get that. But, like, it also works in favor to help them be more competitive, right? Because, like, you see what happens in the NHL, right? The NHL, they added 2 expansion teams. And within, 5 years, they both played for a Stanley Cup, Seattle and Las Vegas. And so what they don't want is, like, the NFL, it took a little while. The Jaguars were competitive fairly soon. It took a while for the Panthers. They're trying to keep it competitive. And I think with the list we've come up with, there's going to be some teams that are going to have some competitive players that come in. Granted, some of them may be older, expiring deals, but they're just trying to fill out a roster that they can then draft around, trade around, and see what they can make of it. And so I'm excited to see what kind of teams we can come up with for tomorrow and just kind of see how that works.
Yeah, me too. That's going to do it for the show. We were going to have a break and then a segment, but we're running a little long. I don't need to. I'm glad we're not playing It's a Trap because these questions were so bad. It was going to be a Seattle Supersonics trivia, and it was not going to be easy, and it was going to be. I'm glad we're not doing it because I had to come up with some bull crap.
Real quick, Seattle Supersonics thing. The first ever NBA player shoes I ever were purchased for me were Sean Kemp's. Man, I was a huge Sean Kemp fan back in the day.
I had a Sean, this episode is dedicated to Sean Kemp because I had a Sean. They were all Sean Kemp questions. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I had. I had fake mascot questions and Sean Kemp questions, and they would have been awful. Thank you for tuning into the show today, y'all. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to draft these teams. We're going to draft the Vegas Jameses, patent pinning on the name. We might come up with a better one, and the Supersonics. We'll also talk Olympics. Hopefully, we got U.S. in the gold medal game. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. USA. Have a good day today. We're almost to the weekend. If I can leave you with 2 things, remember just to be a little weird and remember to smile. Have a good day, everybody.